Welcome back to DS Trucks. Guys, we got a good one for you. We are going to be doing the fuel filters on our 2020 F450 with the 6.7 liter Powerstroke. This is going to be my first time ever doing this, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's start off underneath the truck. Alright guys, so here we are underneath the truck, and the first step is going to be to drain the water separator. And we've got a pan right here, and we're going to go ahead and loosen up our yellow cap here. Get it with one hand, and boom, first step, drain the water separator. All right, let's take a look at the new filter going in the truck. All right guys, so here's a look at the filter. There are two filters. The book recommends something like 20,000 miles on these, but all the Ford mechanics that I know recommend doing these every other oil change or 10,000 miles. So that is what I'm doing. I'm running every other oil change. We are actually less than 10,000 miles, but 2 oil changes because we worked the truck pretty hard in a short period of time. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to the mechanics. Now, with the 20,000 plus mile service life of the filter, the issue that I have with that is the people that I've seen going that long have had failures with this filter, having it swell up or crack or whatever. So I think maybe it's just pushing the filter a little too long. Maybe there's situations where these filters can go 20,000 miles, but as you know, every vehicle is different, and a lot of different vehicles are worked harder. But anyway, we are gonna be back underneath the truck, taking down the cover that houses our primary fuel filter, which I think is our first fuel filter, and it's this big cartridge one. So we're gonna be taking down that cap. See you guys underneath the truck. So actually I went underneath the truck and it was still draining, so I am gonna actually work up here on the top filter first while the filter on the bottom is still draining. And here we have 3 clips that need to come off. Now guys, I've never done these clips before, and I have no idea how they come off, so I'm just gonna fiddle with them and try to figure out, or see if I can figure it out. This green one here looks pretty simple, but before I actually take these off, let me go grab a rag just in case fuel drips. See you guys once I got a rag. Alright guys, so this green one looks easy enough. It looks like there's just 2 little tabs here to push up, and it will lift up. So let's go ahead and see if that works. There's these 2 tabs. Give it a little pull. There's another tab there, and that looks easy enough, guys. So yeah, these 2 little tabs push kind of forward right here. There's one here and there's one on the other side, and pushes forward. Now keep in mind, this is my first time doing this, and I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but this is, if anything, this would potentially give you confidence to maybe tackle this yourself if it's something you were interested in doing. This white one has 2 little tabs that just move up, and see what else. Oh, there's another thing there in the white. Let me push it together. So it's a 2-step process, and it comes up. And once that one comes up, is that it? It looks like there's another part to that, but it's kind of hard to tell. This one's stiff and it's not gonna let me see anymore, but that's it. Oh, that one leaks. That one leaks. This towel here. Oh, what a mess. That one leaks a little bit. Just a little bit though. Keep in mind the bottom has a the bottom pressure. I don't know how much pressure that relieves, but I'm gonna go ahead and say so far this is pretty easy. This one just has 2 push pin thing type of situation, where but this bottom side is hard to reach. Let's see if I can't, it seems like this one's the most difficult just from its location, but no, I can get it. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Got it up. I would call this an easy job, guys. I will go ahead and say this is an easy job. So looks like you gotta spin this. It's messy. I mean, That's not good, but that's definitely a little messy. Grab another rag. Alright guys, so here is the new fuel filter. Hopefully it goes on just as easy as it came off. Let's see here. Alright, it does tell you which one's in and out, so that's nice. Good to know. There's only really one way to do it. It did seem like it had to spin this way though, in order to like seat properly. So, yep, it does. Look at that. Let's lift these up, and boom, it snaps in there. It locks it in easy. So this one was the hardest to get off, so we'll put it on first, and just like that. Making sure they get in there all the way. All right, that seems good. Boom. And oh yeah, it's locked. You can feel it engage. Number 2. Let's give a little spin this way so it's straight. Push it on there. Oh, it kind of works with you. That's nice. And then you gotta, I would assume, push this down. Easy, man, really easy. Yeah, I mean, doesn't get any easier than that, huh? Make sure these are on there. They are. And then the third one. Boom. Just make sure this is all the way up. Yep. It's kind of wanting you to push that down, it looks like. Yeah, it is. And it's on. That's easy. Wow. What an easy process. So everything looks good here. Tight here. And all the clips are engaged. So yeah. It's that easy, guys. So next step, I guess now, is to go underneath the truck. See you guys under the truck. Alright, back underneath the truck, and it's done dripping. Pretty good amount of fuel that came out of there. I mean, you're talking a gallon of fuel. So kind of sucks to waste a whole maybe 2 gallons. I mean, this is a significant amount of fuel. I'm gonna close this so it's not dripping right on me, and it's kind of messy. Now I'm also, with this, trying to get a feel for how tight these are. There is a torque spec, which I cannot remember what that is, but I am trying to get a feel for how tight these are. Oh, it looks like there's a plug here too that I gotta address. But I think if you had a real good clutch style drill, then you would be probably okay. Let me unplug this. All right. Because then maybe if you could figure out what the clutch release would be around roughly for these screws, and you just did it like that, it'd probably be all right. So hopefully their screws don't have different lengths, because that would not be cool. And I don't know if they got to come all the way out. I'm not actually sure if the screws get retained by the actual housing. I don't know. Like I said, I've never done this. But yeah, got to pay close attention to how these are coming out, or how tight they are coming out, 'cause I am going by feel. There is a torque spec. If you really want to be politically correct, you probably want to follow the torque spec, but maybe this is going to be harder than the engine side. But the engine side was pretty easy. It is pretty user-friendly here. You can definitely feel these stop turning, so I think they're going to end up being retained in the housing. So we'll see here. First time for everything. Does seem pretty loose. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Alright, gotta pay close attention to how this is coming out, because I've got to put it back. Alright guys, so we got the filter out, and it is just sitting here. And I will say this, maybe this filter really can go 20,000 miles like they say in the book, because I'm looking at this thing and it looks clean. If if dirt actually is held in this part of it, which honestly I don't know. Maybe dirt's held on the other side of it for all I know. But it looks pretty clean as it sits. But anyway, let's go ahead and put the new one in. Now it is wrapped in plastic real nice, so let's go ahead and get this out of here and put it on the truck. Alright, so a couple things. There is this filter and it is attached to this housing, so I've got to figure out how that works. Looks like there's just some kind of a hook set up here this way, so it just goes like that. Pull it to this way and it should come loose. Oh, there it goes. Comes off real easy. Okay, that's that. And there is a gasket. There is a gasket here that I have to be aware of, and that is here. Here's the new one. I'll keep that in the box. I don't want it to get dirty, but I'll see if I can get this old one out. Easy enough. Comes right out. Okay. Here's the new one. There is some dirt particles down in here. Down in the bottom of this, you can see there is dirt. So maybe just looking at the outside of the filter, you really can't tell how clean or dirty this is. There's dirt. There is dirt down in here. So I'm going to dump that out into my bucket. I'm not going to clean this thing out with any kind of solvent or anything. I'm just going to dump the old containants or the old fuel that's in the bottom here. I'm just going to dump it out into my bucket. So yeah, I got that in. New gasket. Nice. New gasket there. Okay. And I'm going to dump this out. Then I'm going to put the new filter in. So see you guys in a second. I got to go to my bucket. Alright, so I dumped out the old fuel and everything in it. Let's go ahead and put our new filter on. Alright, same way the old one came off. There is a... what is that? Okay. That easy. Slides in, that easy. Pretty easy job. That's exactly how it was. Alright, let's put it back on the truck. Oh. Is that right? No, that's backwards. Alright, let me turn that around. This is still installed. Okay. Slide it up in there. Let me double check my gasket. I'm like sure it's good, but it's in there good. Everything's good. Removal, install, boom, good. I mean, we're good. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit if it wasn't good. But yeah. Everything went in really easy. Alright, let's remove our ratchet and let's just use just the stick by itself, hopefully. I don't know how that'll work, but let's hit the center first. Center screw first. Just by hand. Get them started. Don't want to cross thread, obviously. All right, send her out. I got the coldest day of the year to do this. Not well, not of the year, but of the spring. It's like spring, but it's freezing cold. Tightening everything. Started by hand. Make sure there's no issues with cross threading. Getting everything started. Everything started first. Nothing's tight yet. All right, everything started. So we got, looks like 5 bolts. Switching to the ratchet for speed. And there's one. And I'm not going real tight just yet. Not going real tight just yet. I'm just getting them drawn up. Getting everything drawn up. Yep. Just to the point where I'm just touching the gasket. Just getting it compressed initially. Outside ones. Outside. All right, back to the center for our final torque. Yep, just pretty much how it was. I don't have a torque wrench, but just doing it exactly how it was. All right, all 5 are tight. That's on there. Plug in our plug. All right, so all the filters are on the truck, under the hood, underneath the truck, plugged in, tightened up, real nice. Should have been torqued, but I don't have a small enough torque wrench. So what we're gonna do now is prime for fuel, and I don't want to just start the truck because there is no fuel in the system, and fuel is lubrication for this fuel system. So our next step is to prime it. So we're gonna go ahead and hit our key, turn off the radio, but hit our key, turn off our HVAC as well, and we're gonna do that a couple of times. And I'm just listening. You can hear it. Let's go underneath the truck, see if we can hear it. Yep. We can hear it priming up. All right, so we've done it once. Let's go ahead and turn it off and do it again. All right, prime number 3. You can still hear air working its way out of the system. Prime number 4. Starting to sound more full. Still some air there. All right, guys, so I've primed the fuel system about 8 times. I've checked for leaks. I do not see any leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to start the truck up. Let's see if 8 times was the charm. All in all, though, this process was pretty easy. Let's go ahead and see if it'll start. Fires right up. Now, I did prime it 8 times. I don't know if that's excessive or if that's a good amount. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can still hear engines running. You can still hear some air working its way out. I don't know if I should prime it more or less, but like I said, 8 times. I do not see any leaks underneath the hood. And I do not see any leaks underneath the truck. Let's double check. No leaks underneath the truck. I do hear air a little bit in the back, but looks pretty good, guys. So that was it. My first time ever doing fuel filters on a 6.7 liter Powerstroke turbo diesel. Comment below, let me know what you think. My name is Sean, this is DS Trucks. See you guys in the next one. Over and out.